Alrighty, my friends, it is so good to meet you today. My name is Chloe, and I'm really excited to be with you here. So I work for a very special place. It's called Farm Sanctuary. And today we're going to be talking about some of the animals who live at Farm Sanctuary, okay? So I'm so glad that you have your art supplies close by because we're going to be drawing together today. So at Farm Sanctuary, we rescue and take care of farm animals. All right, so how about we take a couple of minutes to draw a farm animal that you think might live at Farm Sanctuary, okay? I'm going to stop sharing my screen so you can see me a little bit bigger. Now today I'm going to draw a pig, but you can draw whichever species you think might live at the sanctuary. All right, so this is how I draw a pig in case you want to draw along with me. All right, so I'm going to draw the side of their face first. Cat's on the couch. She's crinkling on some paper, so I'm sorry about the sound, but here we go. So I'm going to draw a line that comes down and over and out. So this is the side of his face. It's his forehead, and then the tip of his snout, and then it's going to come down like that, curve under to make his chin. Then I'm going to make the rest of his snout by drawing a curved line and two nostrils. Awesome. Now I'm going to make his ears next. So I'm going to do a curved line that comes up like this, another one that goes in like that, and then an ear right behind. There we go. That's most of his face already. Next, I'm going to do his eyes. So I'm going to do a little curved eye that goes like this, little curved line. It's going to look like he's sleepy and relaxed. All right. My next step is I'm going to make his body. So I'm going to do a line that comes out from behind his ear. And then it's going to curve up and then down and then under a little bit to make his back hoof. So that's his back leg. Now to make his front leg, first I'm going to draw the rest of his chin. It's going to come in and down, under. And then I'm going to make his belly. I'm going to do a line that connects these two legs. And last but not least, add his curly tail. There we go. That's how I draw a pig, my friends. All right. So at Farm Sanctuary, we take care of animals like cows. This is Layla. We take care of turkeys and goats, pigs, chickens, sheep, ducks, and geese. And we give them the care and love that they need in order to recover from abuse and neglect. All right, so we have two sanctuaries. We have one sanctuary in upstate New York that looks like this, and then another sanctuary in Southern California that looks like this. And I live close to this one, so this is the one where I work at. All right, so I'd like to see a show of hands. Who here has met a farm animal before in real life? Can you raise your hand if you've ever met a chicken or a pig or a cow in real life? Awesome. Yeah. So a lot of people will have the chance to meet a farm animal at some point in their life, but not a lot of people really have the opportunity to get to know farm animals in a really personal way and become friends with them. I know I didn't know a lot about farm animals before I started spending time at the sanctuary, but after I started to spend time there, I got to know some of these animals really, really well. I got to know animals like Kelly the sheep. So this is a picture of me and Kelly, and she was rescued when she was just 1 day old. She was just a tiny little baby. And when she got to the sanctuary, she was one of the shyest animals I'd ever met in my life. She wouldn't let anybody get close to her, wouldn't let anybody touch her. But over time, she learned that the people at the sanctuary were kind and gentle with her, and she eventually started seeking out our affection. And now when I see her at the sanctuary, I'll call out her name and she knows her name. So she'll come running over towards me and she'll ask me for back scratches and checks to see if I have any treats. Now, another animal that I got to know really well was Madeline the turkey. So this is a picture of the very first time that I met Madeline. And I had gone into her enclosure to say hello. And I sat down on the ground and I waited patiently and quietly for her to come up to me. And eventually she did. And then she hopped up into my lap and she fell asleep. was a really special experience. I was very excited about it. So after spending time with farm animals like Kelly and Madeline, I quickly learned that farm animals are really amazing. You know, they all have their own unique personalities. They're really smart and they feel lots of different emotions, just like humans do. I learned that they're really not that different from the animals that we see on a daily basis, like our cats and our dogs. So speaking of cats, here are my two cats, Kiki and Churro. And even though Kiki and Churro look really different from a sheep or a turkey, the way that I spend time with them is honestly really similar to how I'd spend time with a farm animal. All right. So now I want to tell you about our very first animal that we ever rescued. She was a sheep named Hilda. So our founders, who are the two people who started the sanctuary, they found Hilda all alone and unable to walk without the things that animals need to be happy, healthy, and safe. Now they knew that Hilda needed help, so they took her to a veterinarian. And luckily, the veterinarian was able to help Hilda feel much, much better. Then they ended up taking Hilda home, and they learned that Hilda was not the only farm animal who needed love, care, and a safe, lifelong home. So they decided to start the organization Farm Sanctuary, where they could give Hilda a safe place to live the rest of her life and start to rescue more farm animals who also needed help. All right, so now we're going to get back to our drawings, and we're going to draw some of the things that animals need to live happy and healthy lives, okay? So what are some of the things that animals need to live healthy and happy lives? Well, I'm going to add some green grass for my pig, because at the sanctuary, our animals love to walk around in the fresh air and sunshine. It's like one of their favorite activities. So I'm going to add some green grass for my pig. Does anyone else have an idea of something that we should add to our drawings to make sure that our animals are able to survive and live a happy, healthy life? Does anyone have any ideas? Does anyone have any ideas? Let's see. What is something our animals need to be happy and healthy? Oh my gosh, I love your drawing, Sally. Gorgeous. Oh, I'm seeing love. Maybe that's something we can add. I'm seeing a heart there. Maybe we can add some love. So I'm going to add some love in our pig friend's heart. Love that he gets from our caregivers and the other pigs at the sanctuary. All right, what is something else that our animals need to live happy, healthy lives? Let's see, I think that they might need food and water, right? So our animals at the sanctuary, they love fruits and vegetables. So I'm going to add a nice carrot here to represent that food that they get. There we go. And then a nice bowl of water. So important for animals, right? And humans too. Water is so important. It's a basic need, huh? All right, my next thing I want to add is I want to add some shelter for our pig friends, because animals need shelter, you know, and wild animals, they find or make their own shelter. But domesticated animals, like farm animals, they need us to provide shelter for them, huh? And so I added some shelter for them. And then, can someone tell me something that I'm missing on my screen? There's something that pigs love that I don't have here yet. What is something that pigs love that I don't have here? Yes, my friend in the blue shirt. Mud. Yes, they need mud. Thank you so much. So pigs use mud for a few different reasons. They use mud kind of like a swimming pool to cool off when it's hot outside. They also use mud as sunscreen to protect their skin from the sun so they don't get sunburned. Isn't that amazing? Pigs are so smart. They know how to take care of themselves. All right, my friends. So you might have drawn that they need things like food and water and safety. This is one of my favorite pictures ever. This is Junip. They need sunshine and friends and family and love and veterinarian care and shelter. Now, when people visit the sanctuary, they can go on tours where they meet the animals, learn their names, and hear their stories. And in this presentation, I'm going to share some animal stories with you and show you beautiful pictures of them. So one of the words that I'm going to say a lot today is the word sanctuary. All right. So this is what that word means. A sanctuary is a safe place. It's a place that provides safety and shelter. And that is what we are for farm animals. It's Farm Sanctuary's mission to provide safety and shelter for farm animals. And at the sanctuary, we do not use or raise the animals for food. They just get to hang out there. All right, my friends, any questions right now? Any questions about anything we've been talking about? Anyone have any questions about our animal friends at the sanctuary? Okay, cool. All right, so now I want to tell you about Liz, the cow. So Liz, she came to us from a dairy farm. So she was being raised to make milk. And this dairy farm where she was living was going out of business. So Liz had nowhere to go. But luckily, Farm Sanctuary heard about Liz, and we were able to have her come live with us instead. But she didn't come alone. She ended up coming with her baby, Cashew. So Liz and Cashew, mother and baby, will be able to spend the rest of their lives together at the sanctuary. And this is very, very special. And that's because cows and other farm animals, they love their families very, very much, just like humans do. But they don't get to live with their families for very long if they're being raised for food on a farm. So that can make cows and other farm animals sad to be without their friends and family. So Liz and Cashew are really lucky to be spending the rest of their lives together. And their little family actually grew when they got to the sanctuary, because at the same time that they arrived, we rescued another little baby cow named Jerome without his mother. And then when Jerome got to the sanctuary, we ended up introducing him to Liz and to Cashew. And Liz ended up adopting Jerome to be her second baby. She ended up nursing him and raising him alongside her biological baby, Cashew. Yeah, so at the sanctuary, cows like Liz, Cashew, and Jerome, they love to run around in the fields and graze on grass and take care of each other and just roam around freely and relax in the sunshine here. So here we can see the boys. They aren't so small anymore. They've grown up to be quite big, but these brothers still hang out every day. They're best friends. There they are again. They love each other. All right, my friends. Any questions about our cow friends? Raise your hand and I'll call on you. You have any questions? Okay. All right, so now I want to introduce you to Beely Pippin the chicken. All right, so Beely Pippin, she came to us from an egg farm. So people were raising her to make eggs. And at this farm, the people there were keeping all the birds in these dark and dirty barns, and there was no food and no water for them. There was trash everywhere, and the birds were very sick from living in these bad conditions. So this is a picture of what she looked like when she first got to the sanctuary. So as you can see, she was missing a lot of her feathers, and she was also very frightened. But this is what she looks like now after healing at the sanctuary. So she's no longer frightened, and she comes running over if you call her name. She's also grown all her feathers back. Now, Beely Pippin and other rescued chickens at the sanctuary get to do all the things that chickens love to do, like playing, nesting, dust bathing, and foraging. Foraging is what we call it when animals look for food. Chickens are very intelligent birds, and they talk with each other all the time by clucking, squawking, and crowing. And mother hens have even been known to talk to their chicks while they're still in their eggs before they hatch out. Chickens also, they take dust baths instead of showers, and they use their beaks to clean their feathers. All right, my friends. Any questions about our chicken friends? All right, cool. All right, so now I want to tell you about Honey the pig. So Honey the pig, she came to us from a farm. And like a lot of pigs on farms, Honey was kept inside of this really small crate where she couldn't turn around or lie down comfortably. But then one day, a storm flooded the farm where Honey was living. The water lifted her up out of her crate, and she was able to swim away to safety with more than 70 other pigs. And Farm Sanctuary was called in to rescue those pigs. Now, when she first got to the sanctuary, she was really scared and shy because she'd lived a really hard life. But at the sanctuary, she became really good friends with another rescued pig named Nikki. And Nikki helped Honey feel comfortable and safe and happy at the sanctuary. Now here we can see a photo of Nikki and Honey and a few other pigs napping together. But when Nikki passed away, Honey became very sad to be without her friend. But that is where Ben, David, and Cameron come in. So Cameron and Ben David were two piglets who were rescued from two different farms. And when they got to the sanctuary, they became the best of friends, basically brothers. And when we decided to introduce these piglets to Honey, the result was better than we could have imagined, because for the first time in her life, Honey was able to be the mother that she always wanted to be. And she ended up loving and caring for these boys as her babies for the rest of her life. Here we can see a nest that Honey built for Cameron and Ben David. Now, nest building is a natural behavior for pigs. They love to build nests. It's a really important thing for them. And at the sanctuary, they get to do that because we give them lots of fresh straw every day. Sometimes when it's cold outside, you might go into the pig barn and you won't see any pigs, but in the corner of the barn, you'll see this huge pile of straw. You know, who's in that straw is like 6 or 7 pigs. They're all snuggled up together. They'll even take their snouts to bury each other in the straw, kind of like tucking each other into bed. Now at Farm Sanctuary, pigs like Honey, Cameron, and Ben David have the space and freedom to roam around, cool off in the mud, build nests out of straw, play, and sleep cuddled up with their friends and family. And believe it or not, pigs, they are excellent swimmers and they love to swim. And in the wild, they can sometimes swim for miles. Piglets also like to play with balls and other toys, and they have fun playing chase with each other. Pigs use many different sounds to communicate, and they've even been known to sing to each other. All right, my friends, so it's time to wrap up the presentation today. I'm so excited that you could watch this presentation about Farm Sanctuary and learn about our amazing animals. If you all want to visit this website, explore.org/farm sanctuary, you can actually see live videos of our animal barns. So you can see what the animals are up to right now. It's really cool. Now, thank you so much for having me in your camp today. Does anyone have any questions about anything we talked about? Any questions about our animals, how the sanctuary works? Okay. Yes. Oh, you want to show me your picture? Can I see your picture? Wonderful. Oh, yay. All right, my friends.
That was wonderful. What did you guys think? I loved learning about all of those animals and hearing those stories. I want you to tell me what you learned today. You know what I learned? I learned that pigs make nests, and I didn't know that. That's so cool. Tell us what you learned that you didn't know.
I learned that chickens take dust baths. I thought only chinchillas did that. Abby likes looking at all the animals.
Oh, good. I love your picture. Thank you for showing me. Gorgeous work. I love that heart up there. Awesome. Good job coloring. Wonderful, my friends. Okay, any final questions or comments? Alrighty, well, it was so good to meet you today. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you all for joining us. We're so happy.
My pleasure.
So happy to see everyone. And we want to say a big thank you to Chloe for joining us from Farm Sanctuary. This was a very special treat for us at the Austin Humane Society today, and we hope that you enjoyed it.
Oh, it was such a pleasure. Thanks for having me. And then just for my records, how many campers are going to be seeing this like recording ultimately?
We have 150 viewers on our Facebook page, on our Facebook group.
Okay, cool.
And then we'll be posting it to YouTube as well, which I believe is somewhere in the tens of thousands.
Okay, so awesome. Thanks. All right, my friend.
It'll be in our Facebook group for our primary core Summer Kids Series participants.
Okay, awesome.
So, and it also got emailed to the participants as well.
Okay,
so.
beautiful. Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate you telling me. All right, everybody, have a good day.
Thank you.
Have a good day, everyone.
Oh, let me switch it back to you. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.